This guy? He can upgrade times any times of his equipment. And get this. It's at a ridiculously low cost. All thanks to this super rare artifact. He snagged it after clearing 999 floors of the tower for other players. Normally, upgrading is a long, expensive grind. It really slows everyone down. But with times this artifact, our boy's aiming to smash his old record. No sweat. He's gonna conquer every floor of the Tower of Gods. And it all started like times this asterisk. The stakes are crazy high. In a big tournament for this game called Tower of God, players are sweating buckets, going full tryhard mode, and everyone's betting on Suba to take the win. This dude's moving like, let me solo her from Elden Ring, basically. He lands the final blow and clears the 999th level of the game. The crowd goes wild. But bam! Lights out. Suba gets insta-killed. Next thing he knows, he's in some spiritual dimension, times the game. He opens his eyes, and he's in the game's classroom, the starting point for all times players. Dude beat the game times hard. They just straight up times him inside. Suba looks around, taking it all in, and he realizes, wait a sec. I'm literally asterisk. Part of the game now? This is the Yun Kingdom. Entering the Tower of God has strict times requirements. But lucky for our boy, he's the top pro gamer in this whole game. The thought of getting taken out by Heart Attack Kun doesn't scare him at all asterisk. It actually excites him. And the best part? Nobody's ever cleared more than 99 floors. In this version of the game. That means a dude like Suba? He'd be a god among them. The instructor tells the students, crush the crystal. Whoosh! They're instantly teleported to the newbie zone. And with a smash, Subai's real adventure, officially, begins in this thrilling game. But alas, bro's data is completely wiped. Looks like he's got to start all over again. Subai respawns in the beginner zone, and stumbles upon a unique artifact. It's his reward for clearing the final floor. This is a supreme artifact. It trumps all other class types in the game, ranging from rough to common, excellent to rare, perfect to legendary, and finally, epic and supreme. This supreme artifact helps him upgrade any equipment, and with a 100% success rate, for just a small fee. With this, Subai's already got a massive head start. He sets his sights on the beginner tavern. Does the tavern lady even remember him, he wonders? Our boy checks his beginner stats, and realizes this is no longer just a game. There are real consequences. Every move he makes could risk his life. So even a measly 10% stat boost at the start is a godsend. But here's the best thing about his supreme artifact. It can automatically detect upgradable gear. The idea that even basic, crappy equipment can be upgraded shocks our boy. Bro goes all in. But suddenly, he remembers he's broke AF. He doesn't have the coins to make the upgrade. Subai sets his goal to make some moolah. He knows that in this world, money can solve pretty much everything. So, let's talk about the Tower of God's mechanics. Newbies get a 7-day grace period to secure class advancement by clearing 10 floors. But players who fail to advance are terminated from the game, leading to a mass player expulsion. But let's check in on our boy at the bar. He's leveling up. A total hottie is making him an offer he can't refuse. Subai's trying to hand over some top-secret cocktail recipes, but she ain't buying it, not one bit. But the tavern lady is all ears for Subai's pitch. Even with her stress toys, our boy's like, chill, I got you, and starts scribbling down the recipe. She snatches it, promising to beat him to a pulp. If it's a fake, that is. I mean, so many people would totally sabotage the recipe. But Subai ain't no pushover. No. And in just 5 minutes, his recipe becomes reality. In the form of a beast blood cocktail. The customers are shook, begging for a taste, offering mountains of coins. But she just roars at him, making it clear. This drink is hers and hers alone. And the baddie gulps it down. Loving it. Meanwhile, her top is fighting for its life. By the time she finishes chugging, this girl is straight up addicted and wants more recipes. Subai offers 5 recipes for a cool 20 gold coins, and that's an offer she can't refuse. Deal secured. Giving him enough cash to level up. And the tavern lady? Total wifey material, cause she hooks our hero up with a high-grade weapon, for free. This beauty is called the Refined Dagger. He thanks her and takes his leave, teasing her by hinting at their old friends outside. Time for our boy to upgrade. With just a handful of silver coins, his weapon's quality skyrockets. Stats boosted, baby. Now he can breeze through the first floor, no sweat. And with that, Subai's in the outer reaches of the beginner zone, where you'll find the absolute bottom of the barrel. They're out here hunting rabbits, thinking they're tough stuff. Then this guy walks by, calling them out as cowards. Like, really? Picking on something so harmless? One of those guys. He tries to warn him about a dangerous area ahead. But our main character's just too cool for that. He doesn't even bat an eye. Suddenly, a wind serpent jumps out from behind to attack. But Tsubai's reaction is lightning fast. He's totally unfazed, turning that thing into sashimi. And the rest of these newbie, level chumps are completely speechless. They're acting like he just split the freaking earth or something, when it was just a measly level 1 monster. These guys warned him to watch out for the serpents, since one good hit could mess him up. Appreciating the heads up, he tosses them a copper and heads off. The other guys think he's nuts. He's totally gonna get himself killed, but Tsubai's treating this place like it's nothing. Another wind serpent tries to sneak up on him, only to get a blade through its neck. Unfortunately, the leveling is just too slow at this point. Looks like our guy needs to pick up the pace and start wiping out hordes of monsters. To clear the first floor, 3 more of these flying creeps show up, only to get sliced and diced like paper with just a few moves. Tsubai's just enjoying the free EXP, points, and coins they drop, while the system makes an official announcement. The 10th season of the tower is starting. Now he's getting pumped. This time he's got that supreme artifact on his side. Nothing's gonna stop him from winning this time, and the first kill goes to. Meanwhile, the noobs are still arguing about who gets the honor of landing the first kill. Like always, the big 3 families are usually the ones to snag it every year. Take Lin Yu-chan, for example. She's the eldest daughter of the Lin clan. Her gear alone costs tens of millions. Talk about stacked. To her, these other players are just pathetic insects. They're only good for killing rabbits. But our boy is different. He's slicing through these flying noodles like it's nothing. Finally, the moment arrives. Tsubai hits the EXP requirement for the next level. Level 2. Here we come. He even gets a crummy iron chest for it. Checking his stats, Tsubai stumbles upon the system leaderboard. Some players are already speedrunning. Level 3? He wasted too much time obsessing over the supreme artifact. But now, his main goal is to snatch the top spot from those tryhards. But first, Tsubai's gotta check out the chest he just got. He pops open that black iron chest and scores some basic cloth armor, plus an extra 30 copper coins. Sweet. Now Tsubai faces a tough choice. Should he boost his premium dagger, or upgrade his armor? Considering the beginner zone, boss isn't that strong. Anyway, he decides to use the upgrade on his premium dagger. The system asks him to choose how many upgrades he wants. Tsubai plays it safe and picks just one upgrade, which sets him back 50 copper coins. With that, the blade transforms into a refined dagger. He says, "Screw it. We ball." Our MC decides it's time to take it to the max. Time for a 7 times upgrade. Tsuba goes for it, spending all the coins he needs. And just like that, the system starts evolving his weapon. This refined dagger just got a whopping 8 extra points. Now its physical attack can dish out 60 damage in one hit. This weapon is straight out of Valorant. Those upgrades seriously boosted the dagger's attack power. Tsubai starts flinging it around, super satisfied with the new speed. Even though it's only an excellent quality weapon, its stats are actually on par with a rare weapon. And it's all thanks to the supreme clock he's got at his disposal. Thinking he's finally ready for the first floor, our hero steps up to challenge the Tower of God. So, let's talk about the boss respawn system. It only respawns 10 times on the first day. Anyone who can manage to slay it gets to move on up to the first floor of the tower. Even if the boss gets swarmed by an entire team, only a select few get to enter the tower on the first day. Arriving at the ruins, our boy waits patiently. But suddenly, he hears the sound of fighting. Panic. He didn't even know someone else was here already. Before he can think, Tsubai slams on the gas. He's got to rush in and snag that first kill for himself. Meanwhile, the team that's currently raiding is having no problem cornering the goblin horde. Observing from his little hiding spot, Tsubai is shocked to see some mega-rich whales buying top-tier weapons on day 1. His confusion doesn't last long when he recognizes Lin Yu-chan from the Lin family. That's right, the same young woman with a gear set worth tens of millions. And now, bro's amazing dagger suddenly feels dirt cheap compared to her stuff. Her personal assistant, Blonde Boy, is ready to charge those goblins. Blonde Boy figures they'll breeze through to the first floor. But, hold on, Lin Yu-chan points out that the other 2 major families might be hot on their heels. Suddenly, Yu-chan senses something. She immediately calls out the dude hiding nearby. It's our boy. Busted, he gives up and greets them, coolly. Yu-chan's assistant wants to know what team he's with. Our boy? He's a lone wolf. No team here, folks. He swears he's just passing through. No trouble intended. just minding his own business. But the young lady is super suspicious. She and her team are loaded, with top-tier gear. And even then, it took them a whole 30 minutes to get through the forest. And this guy shows up around the same time? Solo? Subai plays it cool and says goodbye. Zhang Fei's not buying it. He accuses Subai of stalling, so he can snag the boss. Time to act fast. The young lady orders one of her squads to team up and cooperate, just to keep Subai from leaving. She's not losing her first boss to some random 7 warriors rush our boy. Subai's not sweating it. He just finds the whole thing annoying. Manifesting his dagger, he calls them out for dragging him into their mess. That snarky assistant thinks our boy's being way too arrogant, 'cause he's just a measly level 2 newbie. Up against a whole squad of fighters, the warriors waste no time and rush our boy. But Subai's more than happy to play with them. The first attack? An arrow out of nowhere, but Subai just casually swats it away. No sweat. Turns out the young lady herself was the archer, and his lightning-fast reflexes totally shocked her. Next up, we've got 2 more warriors, leaping in for a double aerial attack, but Subai slices him down like veggies with one move. His insane reaction speed leaves Shitty Hair stunned. Blonde is just speechless. This level 2 rookie, he's like a freaking boss monster himself. Aura farming to the max. Our boy schools the group. He reminds them they're way out of their league, even with all their fancy gear. And with that, he goes on the offensive, slicing down 3 more guys with critical hits. Back to back, they witness his unstoppable rampage. The assistant's having an oh crap moment. We're totally cooked realization, and calls for a retreat, still clinging to his arrogance. He threatens Subai for messing with the wrong freakin' family. But our boy doesn't give a damn, and walks like he owns the whole place. Doesn't matter who they are. He'll crush anyone who dares get in his way. Despite Bitch Boy's temper tantrum, Lady Uchan tells her little lapdog to shut his yap. Zhang Fei's stunned by her sudden concession. Extending an offer, Uchan pitches the interesting solo player a deal. Thing is, Lady Uchan's got a good head on her shoulders. She's already pegged Subai as something special, showing up alone and wiping the floor with her men. Her wild, sudden proposal leaves Virgin Zhang Fei speechless. Who's calling our boy just a solo player? But Yu-chan tells him to zip it again. She reminds him their objective is to conquer the Tower of God, no exceptions. Our boy thinks that sounds fair enough, and he assures them he won't attack or bother their group again. That is, if they grant him a protection tax benefit. A silver coin for each person. Subai thinks that's a pretty fair price. But Simp Fei is about to lose it. He can't believe the young man's audacity. For the 3rd time, the young lady tells her lapdog to shut his yap. The young lady hands over 3 coins, as a token of friendship. She also wants our boy to add her as a friend. Subai's chill with that offer. As long as she throws in another gold coin, this guy's squeezing her for every last drop. Yu-chan's all. Whatever, fine. While Zhang Fei's twitching, like a total loser. Batty makes a second suggestion, suggesting that Subai and the team hunt the beginner boss together. Her burning desire to take down the first boss is pretty obvious to Subai. Knowing that, he accepts the deal, as long as they can agree on one more condition. Uchan's listening as he makes a crazy offer. Again, our boy wants to take full control of the group. As part of their epic boss-slaying strategy, Subai doesn't give a single crap. The only way he's letting them participate in the kill is if they follow his orders and don't get in the way. Despite Yuchan being open, she's not feeling the deal and says, no way. She's not giving up leadership like it's nothing. Our boy turns and walks away, and she's totally cool with ditching them. Suddenly, Euchre has an idea. She just straight up offers him 100 gold coins, out of nowhere, just to get him on her side. But he turns down her measly offer. He knows he'll get way more by taking down the boss. Yang Fei calls him out for acting all high and mighty, but something feels off, and Yu Chuan can sense it. She's not sure they can beat the boss, not even with a team, and yet, Subai's walking around like he's already won the fight. Next scene, our main guy's busy messing around with the system. Thanks to those shiny new gold coins, he can upgrade his gear again. Remember that super basic cloth armor? He's making that the priority right now. He's even dropping 1,650 silver to skip the upgrade timer, boosting his overall endurance. Subai is stoked to see his health to skyrocket past 300 inches the next scene, and we're back at the tavern. Tons of newbies are itching to take down the first boss. It's only a matter of time before they clear it and advance to the first floor. The tavern lady's wondering if the Yan Nation will even be able to snag the first kill this year at all, even though their guild totally dominated and held the first kill record. All the way up to floor 9, they eventually got wrecked by a crazy powerful rookie from the Beacon Nation. This rookie had some kind of insane triple S class profession, and became the absolute top dog, while they're busy gossiping at the bar. Our main guy's parkouring around the cliffs, avoiding those weakling goblins, to set his sights on his real target. Suba is completely stunned. There's already a fight going on, which means someone got here even faster. Analyzing the familiar scent, Subai wonders, are they using energy concealment powder? That powder actually masks a player's scent from other monsters. But it won't work on higher-level creatures. It's annoying how the wealthy families can just use this kind of crap to quickly get ahead. Deep inside the boss's lair, a group of warriors are fighting for their lives against the surrounding goblin horde. The boss was already fighting a group? Our boy would have had to wait an entire hour before getting his turn. One of the warriors alerts Brother Wang, saying a complete newbie has arrived. Out of nowhere. Wang doesn't think they need to stop him, thinking he's harmless. Then there's Liu Aaron of the Li family, also from one of the great families. She thinks the kid's recklessly meddling around. While they're busy insulting our boy, some of the warriors suddenly gasp in horror. They're watching Subai approach the boss. The boss in question is a titanic goblin. It was asleep in its slumber, until our boy tossed a blade across its chest, awakening it. The intimidating Goblin King gets up from his throne, towering over the newbie who dares to challenge it. Subai isn't afraid. He's more than happy to take on the beast. The Wang group is worried about the boss, and are waiting for instructions from their leader. Wang Zixi thinks this newbie's gonna get crushed like a bug any second now. The Goblin King, totally enraged, throws the first punch. He smashes his mace, and the ground erupts, but our boy dodges it with style. He even taunts the creature, making it even angrier. Confidently, he lunges forward. Subai calls him his bitch, and declares the boss's death. A lightning-fast slice. Instantly, it knocks off 100 health points from the boss, but that's not enough to take him down. So our boy's going for the reversal. A second slash lands, provoking him even more. The boss tries to smash him in one go, but he misses and slams into the ground. Its speed is no match for Subai's crazy fast reflexes. Next up, our boy pulls an aerial descent, landing a vertical slash that just obliterates another chunk of health. The only reason he's been landing critical hits is because Subai knows its weak points, the chest, lower back, and eyes, to be exact. The spectators watching are totally speechless. These D1 haters were talking smack about our boy earlier, and now they've got nothing to say. Yuren, all worried, asks Zixi for his analysis, but this guy's wondering the same thing. Just how is this rookie so damn fast? Hiding is a skill that even the top-tier players struggle to master, and yet, Suba's casually exploiting it in his movements. The boss is pretty weak with its health depleting, so technically, they could jump Suba and steal his kill. This grinning bastard thinks they should wait a little longer, believing that the rookie will eventually make a mistake and feel the Goblin King's wrath. I mean, Suba's pretty casual about all this, and he's just straight up bullying this newbie boss at this point. The Goblin King lets out a pained shriek and tries to retaliate with another attack, but he totally whiffs, giving our guy the perfect opening for another critical hit. The Goblin King unleashes a furious roar. But this isn't a cry of pain this time. It's a call to arms, summoning his goblin troops. Our boy realizes things are about to get real complicated. But here's the funny part. The little goblins actually decide to target Zixi and Yuan's group, surrounding them instead. Zixi quickly gets his squad into attack formation, trying to break through the goblin horde. Yuan thinks this whole thing's a waste of time, especially when an endless swarm is closing in like flies. He's keeping his eye on the real prize, the Goblin King. Zixi orders his team to clear a path, do their best to hold them off. While the team's busy picking off goblins, their leader charges ahead, so he can land the final blow. Even with Subai's overwhelming power, Zixi thinks he can snatch the victory, steal that last hit, not gonna let anyone steal his glory. But here's the thing. Our boy isn't a dummy. He knows this guy's trying to take his kill. Subai can spot the mid-tier magic scroll from a mile away. Feeling confident in his victory, Zixix whips out the magic scroll, declaring the end for the rookie, as well as that beginner boss monster. The magic scroll fires off a blazing missile, this fiery torpedo, and K-boom, it explodes with a deafening roar. They watch as the smoke billows. Yuren and the others are ecstatic. They think they've finally clinched victory. But something's not quite right with Zixi. Something about this whole thing feels off. Even though the scroll totally wrecked the boss, there's no system notification confirming the kill. Suddenly, bam, the system notification finally appears. Except, it names Subai. He's the first to slay the Goblin King. In the eastern region, As the smoke clears, it's our boy, just casually aura farming on top of the defeated boss. Zixi is completely dumbfounded. How did this guy one-shot the boss? He's got so many questions swirling in his head. But our boy just treats them like a bunch of clueless chumps. They didn't even know about the fatal wound aspect. What he did was, he relentlessly exploited the Goblin King's weaknesses, allowing him to stack up enough critical damage to finish it in one massive strike. Interestingly, Subai could have ended this fight way sooner, but he intentionally waited to see Zixi's reaction. In reality, our boy just wanted to teach this arrogant noble a lesson. That money alone isn't enough to buy you everything. Back at the tavern, the same announcement of Subai's victory over the beginner boss reaches them. For the first time in years, the first kill of the boss was stolen. Stolen from all three major families. Instead, some ordinary guy managed to snatch it for himself, making the people wonder, is this dude secretly a top-level assassin? From a secret clan? This kid's just an orphan. No powers, no weapons, nada. So, how is this even possible? No way he could have taken down the three families and snatched first place from right under their noses. Meanwhile, over with Yu Chan's crew. She is completely speechless, guys. And Simp Fei? He can't believe what he's seeing on the screen. Immediately, she orders her troops to charge. They're heading straight for the first rally point. And then there's Sixi Wang, who's acting all salty, even after that cheap shot he pulled earlier. This arrogant dude knows they're stuck. They gotta wait another hour for the boss to show. But out of nowhere, young lady Yu Chan teleports in through a portal. She's furious with Shishi for trying to steal the second boss. While these losers are bickering like children, our main character scores a sweet silver chest for his epic victory against the Goblin King. He's now one of the select few players who actually managed to complete that mission, which means another silver chest, bringing his total to 2. He's rolling in loot. Subi's hyped. Will he finally get some rare gear? First box opening time. He scores a pair of rare boots called One Step. Let's see what's in the second silver chest. A support item. Jackpot. 10 small potions and a bunch of silver coins. And with this, his movement speed is going to get a 30% boost. But sadly, it's only for 1 minute. Plus, he needs to be at least level 5 to use them. So, even with this awesome loot, our hero can't use it just yet. This reminds him to check the leaderboards. Specifically, the 10th season of the Tower Challenge. He pulls up the rankings and sees something shocking. You'd think our boy would be at the very top. Turns out, he's only ranked 98th. Let's investigate even further. Subai discovers the top scorers already took down the boss. And get this, they're from other regions. But it's obvious these whales spent a fortune to get top-tier equipment. To finish that early, he chugs a potion. Subai gets a temporary experience point boost for 60 minutes. Now, his main focus is to grind even harder, especially when there's a whole list of people stronger than him. Right now, he's walking up to a dungeon portal leading to the first floor. He welcomes the season with great anticipation. From the other side, Subai finds himself in a spatial dimension. One look at his surroundings makes him realize this is the Dark Maze dungeon. This confuses him a bit. The thing about beginner zone dungeons in the tower is that there are many different types, ranging in different difficulties, ranks roughly, mid to high difficulty for beginners, making it one of the most challenging ones for new players. Placing his foot precisely, our boy starts to move in a systematic fashion. He's careful about each step, and recalls that it's the same pattern as last time. Subai considers himself lucky for retaining his knowledge of the maze. Suddenly, an arm shoots out of the floor from a magic circle. A creepy ghoul arrives out of nowhere. Our boy clearly didn't expect to meet his ex-girlfriend here. Subai knows that it's a ghoul. But that's not the issue here. Checking out the creature's stats. Turns out it's a normal type with just average stats. The real problem with ghouls? Their high agility. Plus, they dish out some serious burst damage. So, our hero's gotta play it smart here. Can't get caught slipping. Activating flash step. Whoosh! He straight up blitzes past that ghoul, landing a sweet critical hit. That one strike is all it takes to take down the beast. Instantly, right when our hero thought he was only dealing with one ghoul. Boom! Another one bursts from the ground, trying to ambush him. But no worries, Subai slashes it down just as quick. One attack, and it's toast. 2 kills in a row. Not bad, not bad. That's 40 experience points for him. Boom. He levels up to level 3, and thanks to that level up, he gets 2 sweet attribute points. Things are starting to look good after defeating the Goblin King, but the dungeon's not over yet. Next up, a puzzle with 2 inscription tablets. Each tablet's got its own color. Red's for hard mode, blue's for easy. But since our boy's basically a god in this dungeon, he's going for the red one. Gotta grab those spicy rewards. Stepping on the tile teleports him deeper into the maze. Alright, let's see what's happening back in the Yan Kingdom. At the Zhou Dynasty Guild HQ, the guild master is getting updates on Junkai's progress. Zhou Wang, the founder and leader. He doesn't care about small victories. All that matters is securing the final prize. His assistant thinks, like father, like son. Huh? And he's assuring the guild leader that young master, Junkai, will absolutely crush it and be the top rookie this year. But the guild leader, he's not having it. He snaps, letting his assistant know the deal. Every season before this had a rookie king, remember? Each one, a warrior to be reckoned with, who fought tooth and nail to get to the top. It's not a title you just hand out to some spoiled brat. Meanwhile, Zhou Wang's just hoping his son does him proud. He believes in him, that's for sure. But back to our hero. He's currently making mincemeat out of some ghouls. Like slicing through butter. 3 more down. He's racking up experience and is almost level 4. These monsters are basically free points at this point. And that experience potion is really paying off. With all the ghouls gone, their corpses vanish without a trace. And what's this? 5 tiles light up in a row, each one glowing with a different color. Subai stares at the mysterious gray tablet, which always leads to a secret room. It's a bonus he wasn't expecting, but hey, he'll take it. He's itching to see what awaits him down this path. So, he steps onto the gray tablet, ready for the hidden room. The moment he teleports, it's also the moment. He's greeted by a whole horde of bloodthirsty ghouls. These Spider-Man wannabes waste no time, and jump right on top of our boy. But they forgot who they were messing with. Mahal Jordan. Subai leaps up, ready for the challenge, and he proceeds to slice and dice every single one of them. In just a few minutes, this guy wipes out the entire room of ghouls. Ding! Level catch achieved. Plus even more points. Subai's stoked, and checks out his level system, with the hidden room cleared. Despite the room's insane difficulty, this guy managed to breeze through it like it was nothing. And with his preparations complete, our boy thinks it's finally time to pay the boss a visit. First things first, he checks the global rankings. Zhou Junchai is sitting pretty at the top, with Lin Mengxuan hot on his heels in second, but even so, it seems that the boss is still undefeated by anyone. Naturally, Suba steps on the red crest, opening a passage that leads straight to the boss. This time, he's aiming to speedrun, break a record, and make all the other players seethe with jealousy. Fueled by that determination, he arrives inside the boss's lair. The lair is absolutely gigantic, encompassing the entire floor. Gargoyle statues stand guard, with a massive oxman sitting imposingly on his throne. The beast exudes a terrifying aura, decked out in warrior armor. Subai doesn't even consider the minions a threat anymore. He rushes in, blade expertly refined. Subai obliterates the ghoulish horde, with a series of devastating strikes, while our boy charges full speed ahead, to take on the boss monster. Still sitting on his throne, a pair of red demonic eyes glare at him with fury. Floor, one boss is acting like a final boss. For some reason, this Minotaur is classified as an elite level threat. With a colossal health bar of 55,000 points, it even has 3 different skills to mess with players. But even with all that, Suba's staying cool, taunting the Minotaur. He calls him out for being as cocky as before. First, our boy tosses his decoy sword. It's all to grab the boss's attention. The Minotaur just casually swats the sword away. He's annoyed, flicking his hand like that. The Colossus grabs his massive battle axe. Electricity crackles around it, ready to go. The monster lets out a fearsome roar. It shakes the entire dungeon. So much ferocity, the roar even activates the 2 gargoyles. They were perched on those pillars. Subai doesn't show any fear at all. Instead, he's truly excited to be challenged. The explosive Minotaur activates his trample charge skill. He's ready to unleash a massive axe swing. Meanwhile, the 2 gargoyles are plotting a sneak attack from behind. Suba's fighting smart, dodging the swing first. The Minotaur stumbles, creating an opening, and he takes advantage of it, stabbing the monster right in its weak spot. It's a critical hit. The monster roars at the first impact, but our boy's already moving for a second swing. He zooms across the battlefield, reading the Minotaur's every move. Suba predicts another slashing attack, but before they can even react, this guy goes full speed, blitzing all 3 targets at once, unleashing a flurry of slashes from top to bottom. Each slash deals insane damage, all thanks to Subai's lightning-fast slipstream skill. Enraged, the Minotaur tries to stomp our boy, but Subai dashes away with ease. Right now, the Minotaur is beyond furious, unleashing one of its 3 skills. It's called the Heavy Bull Charge. I don't know about you guys, but If a house-sized bull covered in flames was charging at me, I'd be praying to every god on earth to save my life. Subai, though, didn't expect the Minotaur to pop a skill so quickly. The monster's about to trample our boy, but that's exactly what he wanted. In the first place, Subai's gonna use the bull's rage against him, casually evading the charge. Just in time, he's even taunting the Minotaur for missing. He's traumatizing the boss monster with a stinging slash across its eye. This critical hit is so nasty that it chops off 1,000 points immediately. As for the two gargoyles ganging up from behind, Subai has no problem dealing with them. He just waves his weapon across the field and cuts right through both of them. Thanks to the added points, Subai finally shoots up to level 5, finally reaching his desired goal. Now he can use the broken skill of his rare footgear. Subai selects it and activates his one-step ability, boosting his speed for 30 seconds. He was already fast, but now he's unstoppably fast. The Minotaur can't even see him. Streaks of blue cut past the creature's body, slashing all over and rendering him buckets of sharp pain. Enraged and insulted, the Minotaur is forced to enter its berserk state. This maniacal state of the monster is a nightmare to deal for. It's even crushing its own servants in its blind rage against Subai. Even now, Subai's mocking the beast. He calls the fight nothing more than a playground game for him. His effortless maneuvers are overstimulating the Minotaur's body. It's helplessly searching for its target. The berserk mode is fading to zero. Enraged, the Minotaur dashes ahead to attack. But the moment it chooses a direction, Subai simply teleports behind the boss. His godlike speed just keeps confusing it again and again. Seizing an easy opportunity, Subai slashes the Minotaur's chest. Another critical hit lands. That same towering beast, who looked so intimidating at the start of the battle, is now on its knees. It's losing HP continuously from rapid bleeding. And now, the boss is just an easy target to kill. With the monster immobilized, Subai plunges his blade deep into its thick skin, forcing out even more blood with this final hit. That last strike just extinguished 3,000 points of health. In the end, the monster no longer has the health to continue the fight, and it topples to the ground with a heavy slam. The conclusion of the battle earns Subai an entry ticket to floor 2 of the dungeon. Having defeated the first floor's boss with a perfect battle rating, the system awards him with a whopping 10,000 experience points. The system also honors him with the achievement of becoming the first player to beat the first floor boss. His reward is a golden treasure chest, as well as an experience orb among gold coins. The speedrun time is just under an hour, which also breaks the all-time record for clearing in the Tower of God. On the flip side, a blazing explosion erupts, and who's behind it? None other than Jun Kai, the guy who wields the mighty 10,000 Calamities Annihilation Cannon. This trust fund kid thinks he runs the place, all thanks to Daddy's dough. But, just as he's locked in battle with the creature, the system throws a curveball. A server-wide announcement about Subai's unbelievable feat of taking down the first floor boss. Jun Kai's jaw hits the floor. He can't believe it. Someone actually beat him to it, and by a mile. Looking at the current leaderboard, Subai just snatched the Hashon spot right from under Jin Kai. He's so salty he's convinced. Subai's gotta be cheating. No way anyone could have crushed the Minotaur in under an hour. System notification. It's got everyone talking. They're questioning if this player, Subai, is even legit. Who would have guessed the Yan Kingdom would unleash another monster player like this? Reminds you of Li Jianxian, who became a legend. Judging by Subai's performance so far, people are already betting he'll become the Rookie King this season. Even Jun Kai's dad, the guild leader, is worried. He's demanding answers about Subai's identity. But hey, there are still 9 more floors to conquer in the Tower of God. If Jun Kai nails his job transfer mission, maybe he can still steal the Rookie King title. Ignoring his son completely, the guild leader orders a full-blown investigation into Subai. Meanwhile, Lady Uchan, she's already on the move, sending messages to our boy. She's even offering him a job with the Lin family. And that's where we leave it. He's gonna seriously regret underestimating our hero. Alright, back to Subai. He stands before the legendary golden treasure chest. This beauty only appears for first kills, you know, and special events. So they're super rare. Thanks to his amazing feat, Subai will be the first ever to open this golden chest in this Eason, which means he's guaranteed some top-tier gear. Before his very eyes, a gold-plated treasure, a perfect grade item. It's the almighty golden hoe. Our boy grabs his hoe and secures the loot. He knows this thing will be way more useful. In the later stages of the tower, he consumes the orb's benefits, gaining 60,000 points right off the bat. As a result, he shoots up to level 6. Next up, he's upgrading his footwear, spending 3,000 silver coins to skip the wait time. Duration. Since he's got more than enough cash, Subai gets the upgrade instantly. After a while, he's swimming in a high-level upgrade. The system displays his current profile. His main equipment, the Supreme Artifact. His trusty refined blade, his rare footwear, and finally, a common armor. To amp up the difficulty of his speedrun, Subai sets a goal. Clear 10 floors, within 24 hours. Our next stop, the Naka Desert. The system tells our boy he has to wait 1 minute, before the first wave starts. The countdown begins. While Subai is intrigued by the scenery, knowing what he does about the desert, Subai is expecting 10 waves of monster invasions. But that seems way too easy for him, so he's got to find a way to help him spawn, Even faster, and boom, the first creature pops right out of the summoning portal. Right behind him, this ugly freakazoid, it's a sawtooth lizard, venomous bite and all. Subai's already bored, thinks these guys are just gonna waste his precious time. Forget waitin'. Bro seizes the initiative and makes his first move, lunging right in with a single slash. First lizard's down, critical hit, then another, back to back, until the entire wave is annihilated. Now that they're all pushing up daisies, the second wave's coming in about a minute. Normally, defeating these lizards takes about 10 minutes. But our boy, he cleared the wave in 2, easy peasy. Second wave, coming right up, and Subai's poppin' open his one-step gear. This way, he'll reach him even faster than before, and wipe them all out, with the effect activated. This man is the Flash, securing kill after kill after kill in a zigzag motion. Subai's so hyped, he wants to shatter all the records he made in his past life. The system announces, complete annihilation of Wave 2 of the lizards. Third wave, spawned, only to get smoked. Same with the fourth, spawned, and dead. This went on until eventually, our boy confronted the boss of the second floor. Subai is seconds away from delivering the finishing blow on the werewolf. His final slash nails the last strike, ending the creature's life. And with that, floor 2 is cleared. Entry ticket for the third has been granted. The system rewards. He scores another golden treasure chest, all thanks to securing the first kill on the boss. And the clear time? Just 30 minutes. Talk about a blazing fast speed run. Time to pop open this chest. Our boy discovers exactly what he's been searching for. The one thing he needed most. Perfect grade linked armor. Clad in purple and gold, no less. This thing's a beast, complete with a regeneration effect. Subai is feeling pretty good about his luck, and he heads straight into the upgrade settings. To boost those sweet stats. He doesn't want to make it times 2 times overpowered though. Not to the point where even times can't use it. Spending just 1 gold coin. Our boy moves forward with the expensive upgrade, feeling totally satisfied with his premium investment. Subai's level jumps up to 7, after consuming yet another experience orb. Now he's powerful enough to challenge the third floor. Entry ticket in hand. Our boy steps toward the portal. After extinguishing 100 gold coins, like nothing, his current hurdle is shortage of funds. Inside the silken cavern of the third floor, Subai is confronted by bloodthirsty, creepy crawlies of all kinds. Looks like we've got a human-sized bug exterminator on our hands, so he sweeps right in to kill them all. Meanwhile, Junkai is still busy blasting the Minotaur, until eventually, he defeats it and clears the first floor. His clear time? A whopping 2 hours and 25 minutes, which is way more than Subai's. Thanks to his victory, he earns a rare weapon called the Exquisite Long Sword. As his reward, bro is super excited at first, until he checks the leaderboard and sees Su. And by sweeping the ranks of floor 2, can you believe this guy? He's already wiped out the second floor, and Junkai hasn't even set foot in it yet. Despair kicks in, and this wannabe bigshot bites the dust. He can't even fathom who Subai really is. Meanwhile, our boy's slicing and dicing that overgrown, fat spider, and he's loving it. He wraps up floor 3 at lightning speed too, securing that sweet first place again. Fast forward. He doesn't even break a sweat. The fourth floor is a piece of cake. Another record bites the dust. Floor 5, he annihilates some giant sea monster, clearing the whole level in just 20 minutes. His back-to-back victories are just insane. The spectators are losing their minds. To them, he's an absolute beast, a newbie who shows absolutely no signs of stopping. Everyone's chattering. Are this season's floors too easy? For the beginners, that is. But then there's the question of Junkai's speed. Even with a god-tier weapon practically handed to him, he still struggled to clear level 1. Cut to the strategy meeting room, where the members of the group are expressing their interest in our boy piling. Sue and Xiantian find it suspicious. This mysterious dude has no previous record at all, or any family connections. They're theorizing. Maybe, Subai stumbled, upon some super broken ability within the tower itself, but that's incredibly rare. Only 10 pieces of epic-grade equipment exist in the Yan Kingdom, so it's unlikely Subai has one of those. Nantian, these two are some of the best fighters the Yan Kingdom has ever seen, and even their times stumped by this whole mess. Their arguing gets cut short by the strategy leader, Captain Su Kang. This guy doesn't care about the nitty-gritty. All he wants is to get his hands on Subai's weapons. Once he gets back from the tower, he figures they can just set up a meeting to talk. Details over. Nantian objects. Of course, but the captain quickly shuts him down, insisting that the rookie squads have always worked like this. They can totally use Subai to their advantage. With that, the captain calls the meeting adjourned and heads out. Ling Sui then teases Nantian about how he should be worrying about himself, since he's about to get demoted to the second-tier team. But back to our boy. He's busy checking out his base stats. Each level up gets him a random 8 points, but the real problem? His wallet's screaming. He's running out of funds for those sweet equipment upgrades. From here on out, even a basic upgrade is going to cost him at least 13 gold coins, cause that's just how awesome his gear has gotten. Even though he's sitting on 300 coins, Subai's thinking about clearing floor 10. That'll net him 500 coins, plus the Rookie King title. And that title comes with an extra 200 coins. But then, the harsh reality hits him. It's still not enough. This dude needs Elon Musk levels of cash to really max out his weapons. Suddenly, someone pops into his head. Checking the system settings, Subai opens his messages, realizing it's time to accept some proposals. Remember Lady Uchan? He's about to hook her up with a bunch of crystals. At different price points. But here's the kicker about this deal. He's offering a discount. Below market price. John folds, and agrees to buy the whole stock. And our boy's more than happy to sell 30 crystals. Hoping to sell even more later. The trade's finalized, and he gets his beloved coins. Now, Subi enters floor 6 to keep on grinding. Wild Oasis is one of the trickier floors in the tower. This is where things start to get interesting. The boss can appear anywhere, so you gotta keep your eyes peeled, wielding his newest weapon. Our boy grabs his trusty crossbow for the job, except he's low on arrows. Subai's still gonna do his best though. As he's exploring the area, he's suddenly confronted, surrounded by a pack of jaguars. This is the perfect chance for our boy to test out his new weapon. So he lets loose a hail of arrows. The arrows instantly take down a bunch of monsters, but a few lunge at Subai from behind. Sensing danger, he flips around and skewers them all the same. With the monsters defeated, Subai decides to reuse the arrows from their corpses. Good thing these can be used twice, meaning he can save some for later floors, and when they're finally used up, he's gonna make bank selling them to Yu Chan. Arriving at the stream, Subai remembers this is the spot where the boss is known to spawn. Moving against the water, he senses a tingling feeling. That confirms the boss is here. Like clockwork, Subi senses it's coming, and jumps in to defeat it. But wait. Instead, he stumbles upon a whole gang of fishmen wielding tridents. Looks like we've got some run-of-the-mill monster grunts here. Suba locks onto each of them, his ranged weapon at the ready. The first few arrows strike true, taking down the fishmen with ease. And what's this? Their bodies are dropping rare coin bags. Jackpot. They're even dropping job transfer crystals. Our boy snags the B-rank crystal. Turns out, it has a pretty high drop rate in this area. Next up, he accesses the system settings, and sends the crystal over to Lady Yu Chan. Time for a trade. The lady takes one look at that warrior class crystal, and offers up 100 gold coins. That's like 100 grand in cold, hard cash. Time to squeeze that wallet dry. Subai pressures her to double her offer. And just like that, the deal's sealed. He bounces away, stoked to have secured another round of farming. Suddenly, Subai hears an intimidating screech. He spins around, hyped to finally face the boss. And wouldn't you know it, another fishman. But this one's on roids. Seriously, this dude needs a Snickers. They call him the Oasis Fish Demon. This guy is a serious elite-level boss. He's got skills for days, but Subai ain't scared. He's already trash-talking. The boss aims his crossbow at his next plaything. The monstrous fishman prepares to skewer our boy with its trident, but Subai's already raining down arrows from a distance. Those arrows are dealing serious damage. But that's not all, folks. Subai leaps forward for some up-close action. Time for some point-blank shots. Critical hit after critical hit. The enraged fishman hurls its trident. His only weapon. He's trying to squash that puny human like a bug, but our boy just dodges it like it's nothing. He even calls it a dumb fish with a room temperature IQ, and declares its death. Subi then unleashes 3 headshots, bam, 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 totally abusing those aimbot skills. With a heavy splash, the boss is down for the count. The system congratulates him, cause he just got another perfect score. This floor took him nearly 2 hours to beat. It was that tough. However, Subai's still hyped, cause he got 5 silver chests. Time to reap those rewards. He pops open the chests and gets potions, gold coins, and gear, but our boy's not too thrilled with what he got. Mostly low-tier stuff, you know? But he does like the fish demon bracers. Decided to upgrade it right away. Subai wears them and loves the attribute buffs. Gonna boost his overall stats big time. Eyes set on the 7th floor. He's got a new goal. Clear the 10 floors. Within 20 hours, believe it or not. Suddenly, the system makes a surprise announcement. There's a new player, Lin Mengxuan, and she's appeared with an S-class profession. Right away, everyone's talking about Mengxuan's background, from the Lin family, the same family that's connected to, sort of Mortal Li. That guy's so godlike. He's ranked number 1 in the world. People are seriously considering Mengxuan as a top contender for Rookie King, but others are a bit skeptical, seeing how Subai already crushed the 7th floor, while Mengxuan's stuck on the 3rd. Some predict that Mengxuan's got a secret weapon up her sleeve, just like Zhou Junchai's doing right now. Our boy's sitting pretty at the top, with Mengxuan and Junchai chasing after him. That spoiled brat's furious about being in 3rd place, and he's planning his revenge after the 5th floor. Rankings on the 7th floor of the Tower of God brings us to the Dark Castle. Here, our boy is going up against the Primordial Edgelord. He slashes that old bag of bones with a critical hit. On the 4th floor, Mengxuan's busy pummeling the Lizard Man, refusing to be stuck in 2nd place. Junkai's on the 5th floor, and he just got himself a class-changing stone. His awakening is seriously amazing. Junkai's entering the double SS rank class. As a gunner on the 8th floor, we have our boy challenging a bunch of skeletons. In the abyss of pain, Subai slashes them once, killing each one with a single blow. He's hyped about how things are going, knowing there are only 2 more floors to conquer. Mengxuan defeated the 6th floor, at the same time as Junchai. They're battling it out for 2nd place, while our boy is on the 9th floor. Already, this place is disgusting because of its ugly zombies. While he defeats them, Subai has climbed all the way to the top on the 10th floor. This one's called the Nightmare Platform, housing the eldritch boss monster, called Nightmare Hero. Like always, our boy basically calls him Lil Bro, and declares his goal of seizing the Rookie King title. The fight kicks off, with Subai lunging in for a proper finish. He ain't playing games with this guy. Right away, he unleashes a flurry of slashes, tearing the boss apart. The behemoth retaliates with a claw attack, but our hero effortlessly counters it. He even mocks the monster for being so foolish, daring to try that move times again asterisk? And with that, the fight is over. The phantasm is sliced clean in half, finished off with one final, decisive strike. This same nightmare monster, that everyone fears dealing with, just got completely destroyed. All 10 floors cleared. The system announces Subai's achievement. He's the first person to conquer the 10th floor, earning him the legendary title, Rookie King. This title gives a massive boost to his experience points, both passively and with added attribute points. But this awesome power-up only lasts for the season. The real prize? He snagged a triple S-class crystal, along with 5 golden chests waiting to be opened. Our boy's expecting some seriously epic loot this time. First up, the rare Tiger Sword. Meh, it's alright. Then there's a treasure map, which is awesome for finding stuff. An energy shield. And a light stone. Not times impressive. But hey, better than nothing. And the best of the bunch are the Fire Dragon gauntlets. Their stats are insane. They're practically classified as epic gear. Time to test their power. Our hero obliterates the field with a single punch. Checking out his profile, he figures he'll be completely unstoppable if he can just upgrade his gear. And next up, the Supreme Clock. He cracks open 30 silver chests. All the loot he gathered during his farming spree. This gives him enough cash to upgrade all his weapons, and maybe even unlock some new powers. Let's see what the crowd thinks. The Yan spectators are absolutely floored by Subai's epic victory. In just 17 hours, he snagged a triple S-class crystal too? That's legendary. Even the sword immortal Li needed one to become the world's top dog. The people of Yan are crying tears of joy, their nation's shining star. Meanwhile, the meeting council is glued to Subai's incredible combat footage. The captain demands a full investigation, every single detail about this kid, and they need to recruit him as soon as possible. Link Suye wonders. What could they possibly offer him? The captain isn't happy with that question. The best of the best. The top squad for Subai. He needs to join the same elite team that tackles all their toughest missions. A talent like Subai can't be wasted on some second-rate losers. The captain insists they can't let a genius like him slip away. If they get Subai on their team, their squad's ranking will skyrocket. They'll be right up there with the Sword Immortal. Li Ling Sui promises to make it happen. She knows the captain's right. Back at the beginner's tavern, the crowd wonders if Subai's picked his class yet. He hasn't transferred yet, but he's already stronger than they can imagine. Will he even come back to celebrate? Speak of the devil, here he comes. Our boy kicks the door open. His grand entrance is met with glares. Everyone's wondering, why is this guy so full of himself? Acting like he owns the place. He heads straight for the tavern lady, who is seriously impressed by his skills. Dubai wants a taste of the fallen star. It's an exclusive drink, and she wants her special recipe. The customers can't believe their eyes. This lady isn't going ballistic on him at all. Instead, she's chatting him up like they're old friends. The tavern lady knows he's carrying a mountain of valuable goods, and maybe even something more. He gets charged the full price for that drink. Subai happily gulps it down, boosting each of his stats by 1 point. Next, he asks for a private room upstairs for the night. But before he can enjoy his well-deserved rest, Lady Yu Chan suddenly appears, and she's brought her bodyguards. She's here to deepen her business ties with our main man. Subai shows her his sack of crystals, and gets a wildly enthusiastic reaction. They head upstairs to talk business in private, where Subai unveils the incredible crystals he's collected. Their shimmer blinds the Lin family members with them. There are 5 B-rank crystals and tons of lower-ranked ones. But wait, our boy even pulls out the S-rank crystal. Complete shock. None of the Lin family saw this coming. Not even Yu Chan, who's probably ready to sell her soul, just to get her hands on it. This girl's lusting after a crystal, while the dude with the mustache in the back is losing it. Yu Chan instantly demands a price for the crystal. Her eyes are set on making a deal. Subai assures her that the rest of the goods will be sold at market price. He wants 10% in cash, and the rest transferred in gold coins. He also gives her a shopping list of supplies to buy, something Yu Chan can easily handle with her connections. Subai hands over the list, and business is underway. Alright, our guy settles down on his couch. Time to see the offers for that S-rank crystal. Lady. Yu Chan drops a bomb, 200 million in cold hard cash. Even our boy didn't see that coming. Who knew this rock could be worth so much? Hilariously, Yu Chan acts like 200 million is pocket change. For something this rare though, she's even throwing in a free residence. And not just any residence, but in the first city of the Tower of God. Her lackeys are all like, ugh, Lady Yu Chan, questioning her decision to offer such a crazy reward. But this woman means business. She really wants that crystal. For some reason, though, Toby realizes he might have been underestimating the stone. Instead of arguing, he accepts the deal, but he wants payment scheduled in 7 days. Excited, Yu Chan is more than happy to sign the contract. Our boy signs it properly, and the two shake hands. Their deal is done. The lady's enjoying her fancy new expensive rock now. Yu Chan welcomes Subai into the Lin group. She knows he pulled an SSS class crystal, which means everyone, and their mom is going to try to recruit him now. But Subai doesn't plan to transfer classes, at least, not right now. Which surprises Yu Chan. Someone could easily try to steal his precious crystal too. Our boy assures her he's got his own plans. Cooking at the back. He has no need to worry about such things. The meeting's over, and while Subai is heading off to rest, they're getting suspicious of his identity. As Subai, everyone in the bar now knows his name, realizing that he's the one who made that dramatic entrance. They're so fixated and focused on him that the tavern lady's business is even more chaotic than ever. She intends to get even with him soon. While our boy is dead asleep, this sneaky devil pops into his room. Yeah, every man's wet dream. The tavern lady sets her sights on her target and kicks him awake. Subai is annoyed by her, while she complains to him about her business failing to function because of his antics. So, he's got to make up for all the trouble he's caused. Our boy offers a bunch of gold coins. Tavern lady is dazed by the sight of them, and immediately switches her attitude. The girl was about to beat his ass, and suddenly acts like she can take care of all the problems on her own. Subai reminds her not to kill anyone in her crusade, with her reassuring him that she's not a murderer. Going over an important topic, Subai brings up another affair. The tavern lady is excited, predicting that he's brought her a bunch of rare recipes to sell again. However, what he reveals is actually the triple S grade job change crystal. Yes, the rarest crystal to ever exist. Subai informs her that he's about to initiate the God's trial. It catches her interest, causing her to question how he came to know about it at all. The answer is simple. It's from the information of his previous life, where he'd experienced it more than 100 times already. The tavern lady makes it clear, the crystal is the only thing you need for this trial. Forget your money, ditch your gear, because in that dimension, there's a hidden class crystal waiting to be found. But it's a huge gamble, because if our boy takes this trial, that SSS-grade crystal is gone for good. He's got one shot. And unfortunately, Subai has blown this chance before, like, over 100 times, to be exact, but he's determined to fix his past mistakes, and begs her to set up the trial. The tavern lady's surprised by his guts. She warns him, if you die, it's on you. But Subai's unfazed. He's confident he'll survive this time. The tavern lady grabs the crystal, and crushes it in her hand. The trial's about to begin. As soon as the crystal shatters, the system gives a heads up. Once you're in, there's no going back. A magic circle appears, opening a portal. The tavern lady gives him one last warning. Subai calls her an annoying old hag, pissing her off. She kicks his butt right into the circle, and wishes him luck dying. Subai falls into the portal, screaming. He's afraid she pulled the same old trick again. Of course, the boss lady has no clue what he's talking about. She wonders if they've ever even met. Our boy lands in a dimension that's literally hell. This place is filled with fiery lava. And so Subai descends into the same trial he failed countless times before. In his past life, the skeletal remains in that hellish river. The grim reality of this trial is, our boy came here with the same goal. He's in real danger here. Checking his system stats, he realizes that everything in his inventory has been sealed. The only thing he's got left is his golden hoe. Equipping it, he prepares himself for what's to come. The system is about to unleash a gigantic wave of cave demons upon him. The 60-second countdown. An extremely nerfed version of Suba is ready to rumble. This time, his base stats are higher than they were in all his previous attempts, so there's a chance of victory. The countdown reaches 0, as our protagonist reminds himself to be ultra-focused. If he's not channeling the focus of David Goggins, he's gonna be cooked just like the rest. The swarm of cave demons emerges from the portals. They're all comparable to beginner-level bosses, with large health pools. Subai knows that. He can't wait for them to unleash an attack, so this man goes rushing for a first kill. A headshot on one of the demons wipes out 500 health at once. But this kind of damage is chump change. Subai goes for a double slash, rendering 2 null damage at once, and defeating the first demon. His current score stands at 1 point. But this trial has only just begun. Launching his secondary assault, Subai cuts up the second demon in a myriad of strikes. His back-to-back killing spree has already taken out 3 demons. In quick succession, Subai's steel/technique is making a mess out of the demons. He's got his own set of skills, and it's all thanks to our boy's past. His experience with the God trial. That's how he can unlock their full potential. And in response, more demons crawl toward him, like moths to a flame. This guy unleashes a fiery barrage of 3 strikes. 3 demons, instantly wiped out. Critical hits left and right. Subai's really feeling it. He's loving this killing spree. Now, let's zoom out and see what's happening in town. The forum's buzzing with discussions, mostly about why the mysterious Subai hasn't changed his class yet. No one would have waited this long to transition to a powerful class. And the word is out. Lady Uchan is auctioning off high-quality crystals. That news has reached their ears too. They're wondering if Subai sold her all his goods. That's when the tavern lady steps in. She starts beating them up for disturbing her business. She assures them that Subai's crystal is already broken, which doesn't make any sense, because they didn't get a notification of his class change. Mama Dina assures them that she's the one who crushed the crystal, and she's more than happy to crush their heads too. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna refuse that times offer. Meanwhile, back at the strategy group meeting room, the captain receives a shocking report from one of his informants. He can't believe his ears. Lady Dina shattered the crystal, and she's an NPC who can't physically lie. This is bad news for his plans. While the chatters are busy trashing on our boy, the captain is furious and slams his fist on the table. That punk, he uses this opportunity to trash-talk Subai's abilities, and he's telling the boss that this kid's a total idiot for wasting his precious crystal. Lin Shui thinks this guy's a real pain, and he's accusing her of having the hots for the newbie. Their dumb argument gets cut short when the captain screams out his frustration. He doesn't give a damn about their squabbles, and demands they immediately protect the tower. He emphasizes that they need to capture Subai and bring him back for a little chat. This blonde punk still doesn't think it's worth chasing after. the latest rookie king, especially since his crystal's already busted. The captain calls him a moron, because it's obvious Subai is hiding some seriously OP techniques. The captain seems to have total faith in our boy's ability to pull out even more high-grade crystals. In the future, Ling Shuai prays her leader's foresight, thinking so far ahead, but he ain't no simp, and tells her to get lost. Antion suggests we torture and interrogate Subai properly, but that's way too inhumane. The captain emphasizes how crucial it is to secure Subai's loyalty for his secret skills. The future of the Yan Kingdom depends on this mission. Back in the trial, our boy's absolutely destroying the lesser demons of the first stage. The first wave is completely obliterated. The system congratulates him. By the way, that crap took a whole 10 hours just to clear wave 1. Subai remembers his horrible experience in the previous trials. He still has to deal with a grueling 9 more floors to go, forcing him to take down 1,000,000 freaking monsters. He needs that top rating, like, now. But he's only at 11,000 kills. So, this is going to take him a seriously long time. The system welcomes him to the second stage, where, bam, all his basic stats are reset. This time, he'll be facing off against a swarm of stinger demons. And they're packing the restore status ability. Subai's just waiting for the grace period to end. He's gotta act fast to clear this trial in time. Before him is a man's worst nightmare. Straight out Australia, a swarm of gigantic hornets. They're even poisonous, so their passive drains life too. This time, our boy gets a lasso iron whip for the stage. He can also switch between different newbie-level weapons to play with different styles. The first stinger demon tries to sting his butt, but our boy channels the power of Zeus and obliterates 20 of them in one go. So far, the whip is working in his favor, especially when these stinger demons are known for having really shitty defensive stats. Activating his sweep skill and pairing it with the whip, this man demolishes 50 demons in his second blast. 12 hours of continuous slaughtering later, our boy stands at a score of 255,000. At long last, the stage has been cleared, with Subai brought to complete exhaustion. Here, he switches his weapon to a spear. Killing 250,000 of those things was a pain in the butt just now, but thankfully, the new stage transition allows him to reset his health and stamina for his next wave. And just like that, he adapts. Switching to a long-range fighting style, he brings out a bow. Talk about the perfect weakness to exploit. These imps are basically Batman. If Batman turned into an ugly green midget with zero aura, and so, Suba begins their extermination, launching a barrage of arrows at once, most of them landing as clear headshots. He smiles, confident in his speed, because it's his strongest stat, but the imps retaliate, casting ranged spells of their own. Suba dodges these colorful little lasers, and successfully makes it out in one piece. And yes, the one piece is real. Meanwhile, we have Meng Xuan, who has, freshly, defeated the 10th boss of the Tower of God. It took her a total time of 40 hours to clear the whole thing. Despite finishing second, she is not happy, and intends to personally meet Subai someday. Day 6 of the trial breaks news across the kingdom. The rookie class ranking has officially been released. With around 100 S-rank players and 21 SS class players, the citizens of Yan Kingdom aren't too thrilled about this announcement. Similar to the results of last year, however, the performance of Junkai, Weilan, Mengwan, and finally, Yuchan, is notable. The only mystery yet to be solved is the disappearance of Subai. Speaking of him, we cut to the old tavern, where Lady Yu-chan is sipping her tea. Fei questions why she turned down 2 important proposals from the other families, all for the sake of a nobody like Subai. Just like always, she ignores Lil Bro's ranting and demands him to focus on his given order. He tries to whine more, but she shuts him up. She's saying she's got personal plans. You know, in her friend list, there's only a few people, but it looks like Subai's status is abnormal. It's been a whole week since that change happened, right around the time when rumors started flying about his crystal shattering. The tea is spilling. So, putting 2 and 2 together, she figures, Uchan realizes our boy is still stuck in the newbie zone, pulling off another miracle, probably. Speaking of our boy, let's check out stage 7 of the trial. Here, Subai's taking on some seriously durable golems. First, he freezes them with ice arrows, then shatters them with a follow-up shot. He's making light work of it, shattering their defenses, and even mocking them, calling them weak targets for ice magic. Savage. As he moves on to stage 8, it suddenly hits him. It's already been a week. He's got to clear 3 more stages before the newbie zone ends. So, he gets to work, even faster now. This time, Subai's up against an even stronger version of those demons. Like the ones from floor 1. And he's so fast. He wipes out nearly 30 of them in one go. 6 long hours of painful grinding later, Bro's finally ready to challenge Godzilla. He's rocking a flaming longsword, thanks to his insane speed. Tsubai lands one final swing to take down the monster. And finally, the system gets a notification, confirming his 1 millionth kill. Furthermore, there's only 24 hours left until the newbie test is over. Naturally, our boy is super hyped to challenge. Standing before a swirling red orb, he dares the boss to show itself. Suddenly, a massive red magic circle appears, and from it, the Red Lotus Demon is summoned. And behold, the Red Lotus Demon. This Overlord class foe is no joke. A whopping 1 million health points? This thing is one tough customer. But our guy here? He crushes all times the bosses. That's right, I meant bosses. The fiery demon roars at the foolish human. It tries to obliterate him with a single strike, but he dodges a literal nuke. He realizes he has to be careful. This titanic demon is dangerous. This boss's 2,000 defense points alone mean most of Tsuba's attacks will be useless. Right now, he's forced to play defense, waiting for an opening to strike back. The Red Lotus Demon unleashes a barrage of spiraling attacks, but Tsuba's incredible footwork and evasive skills save him. Equipping his hook chain gauntlet, our protagonist patiently awaits his chance. The Red Lotus Demon is about to summon a minion from the flames, but Tsubi's faster. He uses the hook chain to yank the minion's body and slam it right into the boss monster's face. The demon roars in pain. It's been damaged by one of its own attacks. Meanwhile, our boy is fired up to avenge all of his fallen comrades, those who dared to challenge this trial and lost their lives. Manifesting his sword, he tears a spatial rift, and it slices off the Overlord's right arm. With its attacks now crippled, Tsubai swoops in to seize the opportunity. This time, he leaps above and readies his bow for a ranged strike. The arrows find their mark on the Overlord's body. He's piling on the damage, using that momentum, and he's moving at lightning speed. Dubai's already set up for another attack. The demonic boss is desperately trying to defend, but it's no use. He's channeling his inner Batman. Tsubai's saying even gods can be brought down when you strip away their defenses. The Overlord is cursing those pesky humans, and with every stab our boy lands, a rain of arrows is pouring down on the boss. The demon retaliates with a shield of its own. Telekinetic explosions are obliterating those arrows, but our boy's gonna use that to his advantage. And he's right up in that ugly demon's face. Tsubai declares, it's the end of the line for this pathetic boss. And he's pulling out both his swords, dual-wielding, just like Sung Jin Woo. He's about to unleash hell on this Satan. The boss monster's being slashed to pieces, and it's plummeting to its doom. Tsuba tears across the stage and finishes the fight. Completely exhausted, he's cleared the god trial, accomplishing his requirement to unlock the hidden class. And those 1,000,000 points he earned, exchanging them gets him the ultra-rare title, Hero. Bro's finally done with his killing spree, and he's celebrating getting the key to his growth. In his previous life, that title helped him clear nearly 1,000 floors. But our boy isn't focused on exchanging his points. Right now, he's way more interested in testing the legend of the golden hoe. Bro's launching his expensive hoe into the lava, hoping to trigger its copying ability. After waiting a while, Tsubai's face just dropped. He's realizing, not even his score budged in the slightest. But then, suddenly, 2 blazing pillars of lava erupt from the hellish river, revealing 2 legendary, one-of-a-kind stones. These stones, they begin to merge as one, binding themselves to our main character's very spirit. The crystal shatters as the merging completes, anointing the player as the one and only wielder of the dual class. Our boy now has access to both his hero and demon king powers. He literally transforms, showing 2 faces, and he grits his teeth, enduring the painful effects of this merging. Our boy checks out his new stats and takes a peek at his gear. Everything's looking pretty good, but because he's gotten a 5 times multiplier. After clearing that trial, it took him over a week to beat it. This nigh impossible trial, the very same trial that led to the demise of all those who attempted it before him. Tsubai bids them farewell and excitedly announces his next goal, to take down 2 gods at the same time. Yuchan's checking her menu when suddenly, she spots our boy's online status. The ground starts shaking for no reason, accompanied by a weird, sudden noise. Tavern baddie races upstairs to see what all the commotion is, and she finds his dumbass casually aura farming on the couch. The baddie is stunned that this man actually came through and cleared that impossible trial. Glancing at his dual-wielding class, utterly leaves her speechless. It's a concept that shouldn't even exist. Our boy is impressed by her sharp eyes, but he doesn't really feel like explaining it. He just wants to go for a walk with her, but she turns him down, and Subai says his farewells. Though, she does offer him one last little something. It's a hidden badge of perfect status. It'll let a player hide their stats, you see. They can even change how they look. It's exactly what Subai needs right now. The baddie's worried about being exposed as a demon, a king-class specimen at that. If he keeps going at this rate, people will see him as a threat, and they'll start hunting him down. Subai blows her a sarcastic kiss. Then, with a thank you, he's out of the tavern. The MILF is left totally flustered, kicking at the air because of his smooth moves. Next stop, Ream City. It's like the newbie training ground, you know? For those who beat the newbie zone, they get quests here, and all sorts of goodies. Like class skills, and even teleports up to floor 30, strutting around with that immaculate drip. Subai is really feeling himself. He thinks he's ready for anything, and what do you know? He bumps into Yu-chan and her crew, her two assets. Greet us right through the screen. Yu-chan welcomes him back, after he vanished for a week. Later, at the Lin family's business headquarters, Yu-chan is treated as an honored guest. He's stunned by how lavishly the family spends, just to own a club like this. They present him with potions and a whole box of gold. Subai's impressed. He's impressed by the young lady's efficiency. She even lets him check out each supply. He can count the coins if he wants. Then she gestures to her bodyguards, telling them to leave. It's time for a private talk between these two. So, Yu-chan's curious, casually asking about his class rating. Our boy. He's already on guard, questioning her motives for digging around. Ouch. His sharp words totally embarrass her. Now she's got to defend herself, saying she means well. Subai gets the lowdown about all the nasty rumors. They're trash-talking him all over the forums. And get this. Lady Dana. She spilled the beans about him crushing his crystal. That's why everything blew up. Yu-chan's jaw drops. This guy. He's just confirming all the rumors. And he's not even sweating it. She starts laying out her plan, piling on the compliments like crazy. She's calling him a once-in-a-generation talent. But secretly, Yu-chan thinks he might have a second crystal. That's why he's so chill about the first one, the one that got crushed. This guy couldn't care less about the crystal drama. He cuts to the chase. What's her angle? Yu-chan proposes teaming up, inviting her to the Lin family for a boss raid. Yup. That's exactly what he expected. Cause, after clearing the newbie zone, the tower's difficulty spikes like crazy. Subai makes it clear. He's down to smash bosses together. But no way is he joining another guild. He's willing to take them to the 5th floor, and needs 5 mage-type teammates, only to break the record. Yu-chan's stunned. Breaking another record? He's serious? Normally, it takes 20 people to clear a single floor, and this guy's dreaming up crazy goals. Our boy assures her that he's not trying to break any records, not that he's desperate or anything, so he gets up and dips out of the meeting. Yu-chan chases after him, and she says she's totally down with the deal, as long as the Lin family can use its name at the party. Subai's cool with that. He'd rather start the ratings tomorrow, since he's got a bunch of stuff to handle. The young lady is stoked to have his support, while Zhang Fei's calling him a scammer, for like the millionth time. This guy's been hating for generations. Yu-chan puts him in his place, reminding the blonde punk that Subai kicked their butts, back on level 1. If they went solo against him, they wouldn't have made it out alive. Yu-chan orders an immediate team formation, following Subai's formation though. This loser agrees to follow her lead. But deep down, he really hates our boy, and hopes for his downfall. Over at the city lord's mansion, Subai's just casually strolling up to the gate. People try to stop him from committing suicide, but he's confused why this random dude's so worried. Wutai calls the newbie naive, and warns him about the heavy security. At the city lord's mansion, Subai decides to humor the young fella, with a little secret. The secret? Anyone can get in here, as long as they're ridiculously powerful. Subai walks up to the guards and drops his hero title, instantly getting praise and cooperation. People watching from afar are just speechless, totally baffled. How did this newbie get inside? Like a true VIP. Even now, the guards are escorting our hero. Top-tier courting, indeed. A smash echoes from the training grounds. It's a fight between guard captain Orlando and the city lord. A mage facing off against a sword fighter. Just watching this scene gives our boy the chills, because it's one of his favorite sequences from the story to unlock rare skills. Even though he himself is a dual-class player, he needs to farm skill books to gain new abilities. In this arena, Subai has everything he needs to learn and get to the next level. In fact, the system even prompts him, with a suggestion, to learn basic swordsmanship skills from the master himself. Our boy happily taps, yes, and even learns Captain Orlando's skill, the stone wall, and numerous skills make their way to our boy's system screen, and he spams the confirm button like a maniac. 10 minutes later, the mage is getting healed by several other mages. While the leader of the city appears unharmed, our boy didn't enjoy the fight too much. As it became very boring quickly, one of the guards informs the city lord about the arrival of a hero. Stunned, the leader demands verification of Subai's identity. He reveals the data and confirms his elite status, earning proper respect from the great swordmaster and his subjects. They're thrilled to be in the presence of a hero. After 100 years? This is a confusing remark to our boy, who asks for clarification. The city lord shares that a hero is destined to lead Rim City into the light. Seriously, this description is way over the top. Instead of praising himself, Subai's got other things on his mind. He asks if there are any quests he can take on. He knows the hero's only level 10 right now. And the city lord reveals a new mission. Apparently, his precious dog has gone missing. And get this, he insultingly offers a measly 10 gold coins to get it back. What a garbage job. Talk about underestimating our hero's skills. To the point, Subi unleashes his terrifying aura, letting his anger be known. The mage, Captain Orlando, being the wiser one, suggests other missions that are actually worth doing. He's probably thinking how ridiculous the city lord's suggestion was. And so, the hero gets 3 new quests. Collect materials, get rewards. Simple as that. Just then, the great swordmaster chimes in too, remembering a suitable quest. He wants Subai to investigate a certain area. So many quests are piling up. Our protagonist points out that no one's cleared these before, at least, not in the main storyline. See, the average player is too busy grinding through the tower floors. They totally forget about side quests, which are the key to serious buffs. Interestingly, the Swordmaster's quest seems to pique our hero's interest. But hold on, the city lord makes a sudden proposal. He starts by highlighting the average hero's godlike fighting skills. Basically, this guy wants to go toe-to-toe with the hero. He's even offering the hero a handicap. The city lord is even willing to seal away his most powerful abilities. However, our boy's got other plans. He tells this dude to just give it a rest, which puts Captain Orlando around level 30 as well. Looks like this guy's about to get serious. He's taking on both of them at once? The mage and the great warrior are equally shocked. They can't help but complain. They're doubting this whole plan, especially since the hero doesn't exactly have a ton of skills. But Subai tells them to shut it. He suggests they communicate in the fight, giving each other a single, meaningful glance, before showing some serious interest in the hero's strength. Down in the arena, the guards can't believe what they're seeing. The last time these two teamed up was when they defeated a monstrous level 200 beast, and now Subai's brazenly challenging them. At the same time, the mage is taking note of the hero's confidence. Meanwhile, the great warrior is eager to show just a hint of his real power. The swordmaster strikes first. He uses a simple skill, aiming it right at our hero. But, new contact. Poof, he's gone, appearing behind him like lightning. Subai praises the city lord's perfectly timed move. Next up, the mage conjures a stone spike, a basic spell, meant to catch the hero off guard. But just seeing it makes Subai practically giddy, and he's not even thinking about dodging. Instead, this guy, literally, slices the stone, spikes to pieces with a flurry of attacks. The hero's godlike reflexes have the spectators stunned. They didn't expect him to be this strong, but the fight's only just beginning. And these two experienced warriors aren't finished yet. This time, they're really going for it. They're hitting the hero with more power than before. The mage traps Subai in a cage of mud, another beginner spell. Having completely pinned him down, the city lord brings out his stage 2 slash. He unleashes a fiery double attack, but our hero, cool as ever, casually dodges them both. He taunts the warrior for being way too predictable. This guy's trash talk is endless, but the city lord is already on him. He's going for another strike. But an upset happens. Subai vanishes in a flash, and reappears up above. He clashes with the great warrior's blade. The city lord gives chase. He's got an upgraded stage 3 slash. But this fight's already over. Subai's got a sword to Captain Orlando's neck. The city lord's stunned by his lightning speed. Again, not even 30 seconds have passed, and the fight's already done. But our boy's not letting things end that easily. He challenges the great warrior to come at him. By this point, the city lord is starting to realize that this dude is literally built different, refusing to give up. The swordsman charges with his fiery blade once more. This time, his strategy involves using an impact technique. It's the stage 4 slash from the ground up. And despite a change in variation, the result is still the same. Subai faces it head-on, and teleports out of the way. He reappears from behind, like the fourth Hokage from Naruto. Subai lands a hit with his sword. The fight is officially over with the sword. The warrior's on the ground, and the hero is mocking him, calling him pathetically weak. Subai checks off one of the quests from his list. Meanwhile, both the City Lord and Captain Orlando bit the dust, and they lost to a youngster? To someone fresh out of the newbie ranks. Truth be told, even at level 50, our boys would have wiped the floor with them. Subai praises their control over their techniques, and hopes they can spar again soon. Having said that, he's off to tackle the next set of quests. They escort him on his way, with Subai dashing off to his duties. Meanwhile, those two, the old friends, are now fully confident in the hero's strength, believing he'll save their city. Reem is a huge city, so big, it needs teleportation gates just to get around. That's why our boy's learning skills, to help him complete quests more efficiently. He's got a ton of them, so he loads them into his inventory. Upper slash and multi-thrust, as well as stone spike. These are the techniques he's now unlocked. The system shows his stats. Thanks to his high spirit points, his skills can level up easily, and his gear's keeping pace too. Feeling confident about taking on the quest, Subai heads to one of the teleportation gates. His next stop, the Land of Wraiths, where most of the quests are located. The guards charge him 80 copper coins. That's a hefty fee. A vertical portal gate transports him straight into the Land of Wraiths. This place looks way more realistic than it did in the game, but that makes things interesting for our hero, who's only brought his basic weapon for this journey. The temperature in the Land of Wraiths. It's freaking cold. Our boy's regretting his fashion choices right now. Subi spots a whole horde of skeleton warriors in the distance. These boneheads are twice his level too, but they're just fodder in his eyes, even with their superior health. Time to test his new skills. Subi unleashes a triple stone spike attack. He lands it. Perfect headshots on 3 of the skeleton warriors, instantly taking them out. The rest of the warriors are bombarded with a flurry of the same spikes. Thanks to the critical damage, 10 of them are down in the blink of an eye. The truly OP part of this magic spell is the absurd 30 to 200 damage it deals. Farming these boneheads nets Subi some sweet points. He finally feels like the real grind is starting, not the newbie stuff he was stuck with. In Zone 1, time passes, and he's cleared the whole wave, leveling up to 11 inches the process. In his previous life, skill points were a total pain to get, but now he's swimming in them, all thanks to his dual class. In fact, when Subi checks his stats, he's stunned to see a 50-point increase to every stat. The boost from a hidden class is better than even a triple S profession. Back to the boneheads, they're here to be slaughtered, and slaughtered they shall be. Subi rains down a storm of earth spikes, just to spice things up a bit. The man even conjures a stone wall to throw them off. He's loving every second of this carnage, mocking his prey for being victims of his awesome job skills. Quest complete. Our hero defeated 1,000 skeleton warriors. He's pretty stoked about that, but he's still got a long way to go, you know? Here comes another wave of bony baddies, but this time, they brought a big, scary friend. Seriously, this dude is like Ghost Rider. If he hit the gym and took all the steroids, this Skull of Fire is a common boss around here. But Subai's ready to throw down. He sends a bunch of earth spikes his way. The earth spikes absolutely shred the skeleton army, wiping out hundreds at once. The boss has a seriously badass bone sword, and it's on fire. He's finally coming out to face our hero head-on. A real one-on-one fight. Subai just laughs, thinking this guy even has a chance. Against a human with infinite mana? Please. The Skull of Fire starts gathering mana, sucking the life force out of his own minions, just to power up his weapon. Think of it like Goku's Spirit Bomb from Dragon Ball, but the evil version. It's a sacrifice skill, boosting the damage of his sword like crazy. It's his ultimate move. Our boy's not gonna lie. He's worried about taking a hit from that. One swing and he's going straight to the afterlife. Time for a change of plans. Subai decides to go on the offensive. He jumps up and smashes the boss's armor. Pow! The boss staggers from the impact. Subai then focuses on slicing up his legs, dealing a total of 20,000 critical damage. And now, the finishing blow. A massive barrage of stone spikes erupts, unfortunately, and even that couldn't fully drain its HP. The mighty beast tries to land just one swing, but even with enough power to obliterate a mountain, it's just too slow to catch our hero. Seizing yet another opening, Suba unleashes a relentless storm of stone spikes, just spamming them, not even worried about mana drain or cooldowns. Headshot after headshot, perfectly aimed. Our boy is dealing some serious damage, and he's even trash-talking the boss for not training enough. The fight's over. The undead behemoth has fallen, Beautiful skull flowers are blooming. In defeat, Subai's stoked to find another potential quest. But while he's busy grabbing the flowers, he also finds a new skill book in his inventory. It's the necromancy ability, and after spending just 10 points, it's officially part of Subai's skill set. Intrigued by the idea of summoning magic, our boy summons 3 undead soldiers, raising them from the ground. Normally, these loyal skeleton warriors are pretty trash, but they quickly become overpowered, because their growth is tied to their master's level. In this case, they're strong enough to take on level 40 monsters, thanks to Suba's insane stats. But wait, there's more. He can summon dozens of them at once, to overwhelm his enemies with numbers. Subai completes another quest. By gathering 200 skull flowers, enjoying the rewards of his hard work, his next destination is the place called the Death Swamp. It's a completely new section of the map, but it doesn't intimidate our boy one bit. In fact, he thinks the spiky little lizards glaring at him are kinda cute. He's fighting fire with fire, summoning numbers to fight numbers. Suba then unleashes the full force of his undead army. Time to let them do the dirty work. These boneheads are surprisingly effective. They're making quick work of those lizards. With the horned lizard swarm defeated, our hero is suddenly confronted by a colossal monster awakening. This boss's defense is no joke, but luckily, Subai's summoning skill has leveled up as well. Our hero spots a silhouette in the distance, and decides to explore that area first.